Right now, you feel terrible, your head is pounding, your body aches. You can't get off the couch. So you do what everyone does. You Google it, you call a doctor, you take a pill, and within a few days, you're fine. But here's the question nobody asks. What happened before all of that existed? Because for befriended geophagy of human history, there were no doctors, no pills, no hospitals, no Google, just your body, the wilderness, and whatever your tribe knew. So what did ancient humans actually do when they got sick? The answer will change how you think about your own body forever. Let's start with something that will surprise you. Ancient humans were not helpless. In fact, they were far smarter about sickness than we give them credit for. And some of what they did, modern science is only now beginning to understand. Let's start with plants, because plants were the first pharmacy, not in a vague wellness influencer way. In a hard science, peer-reviewed, this actually works way. In Edutainment liquors, a man named Ralph Selecki was digging in Shanidar cave in northern Iraq. He was an anthropologist, and he was not expecting to find anything unusual. But then he found it. A burial site. Looks as ling years old, Neanderthal, and surrounding the body was pollen, not random pollen scattered by the wind. Specific pollen, deliberately placed. From 8 different plant species, Seletsky sent the samples to a botanist in Paris. And what came back shocked the entire scientific community. 7 of those 8 plants are still used in herbal medicine today. Ephedra, used for respiratory problems. Groundsel, used for pain. Grape hyacinth, anti-inflammatory properties. These were not random flowers someone dropped. These were medicine, placed intentionally around a sick or dying person. Look as ling years ago, before writing, before civilization, before everything we think of as human progress, they already knew. Not from textbooks, not from universities, from thousands of years of watching, testing, remembering, passing knowledge from one generation to the next. Around fires, just like the one that kept them alive at night. But plants were just the beginning, because ancient humans had something else, something that modern medicine ignored for almost arbic years, and is only now realizing it threw away. Community in Edutainment, a paleoanthropologist named David Freyer studied ancient skeletal remains, and he found something nobody expected. Individuals with severe physical disabilities, a man with a withered arm, a woman with a leg so damaged she could barely walk, bones broken and healed perfectly, conditions that would have made survival completely impossible alone. But they didn't die young. They lived for years, sometimes decades, which means someone fed them, someone protected them, someone carried them when they couldn't walk. When you got sick in an ancient tribe, the group reorganized around you. Your job was simple: heal. Everything else was handled. Now compare that to today. You get sick. You lie alone in your apartment. You order food to your door. You watch something on a screen until you fall asleep. Nobody comes. Nobody sits with you. Nobody even knows unless you tell them. We traded community for convenience. And researchers are starting to believe that trade is costing us more than we think. Arsène Ling-Ishiwu, study published in Perspectives on Psychological Science, found that loneliness increases the risk of premature death by Luke, not just sadness. Death. Ancient humans didn't have medicine cabinets, but they had each other, and that turned out to be one of the most powerful medicines ever discovered. Now here is where it gets strange, really strange. Ancient humans did something when they got sick that sounds absolutely insane today. They ate dirt, specifically a practice called geophagy, eating clay or soil. And before you close the video, listen to this. In Arsène Ling-Ishiwu, researchers at Cornell University analyzed Basher's different cultures across all of human history, from every continent, every era. Almost all of them practiced geophagy during illness: pregnant women, sick children, injured warriors, all eating clay. Why? Because certain clays contain minerals that physically bind to toxins and harmful pathogens in the gut. It works like a sponge. You eat the clay grabs the bad stuff. Your body removes both. Unfamiliar? It should. Because what ancient humans were doing with clay is almost identical to what modern emergency rooms use today. Activated charcoal. Same mechanism, same result, different packaging. Ancient humans figured this out tens of thousands of years ago. Without labs, without clinical trials, without a single chemistry class. They just watched, they experimented, and they remembered what worked. But here is the single most powerful thing ancient humans did when they got sick. And it is so simple, it almost sounds like a joke. They slept. Not the kind of sleep you get now. Not 6 interrupted hours with your phone face down on the pillow. Not falling asleep to a video at XEEN. Real sleep. Total sleep and completely darkness. No alarms, no notifications, no artificial light of any kind. When you got sick in the ancient world, you stopped. Completely. The tribe hunted without you. The fire kept burning without you. Children were fed without you. Your only job was to sleep until your body decided it was finished. And your body knew exactly what it was doing. In Edutainment, a team at UC Berkeley published a study in the Journal of Experimental Medicine. They found that during deep sleep, your immune system releases proteins called cytokines. Cytokines are your body's internal soldiers. They find infection, they fight inflammation, they repair damaged tissue. But here is the critical part. Your body only produces cytokines at full capacity during sleep. Not rest, not lying on the couch watching TV. Sleep. The less you sleep, the fewer cytokines your body makes. The fewer cytokines, the longer you stay sick. Ancient humans did not know what cytokines were. They had no word for immune response, no understanding of cellular biology. But they knew that sleep healed, so they protected it, like it was the most valuable medicine in the world. Because it was. So let's put this all together. When ancient humans got sick, here is what they did. They used plants with real medicinal properties to manage pain and inflammation. They leaned on their community for physical and emotional support. They ate mineral-rich clay that functioned like a primitive but effective detox system. And they slept. Deeply, completely, without interruption. Now here is what the average person does today when they get sick. They take medication to suppress the fever that their body deliberately created to fight infection. They push through work because taking a day off feels weak. They stare at screens until midnight because they are bored, lying in bed. They eat processed food delivered to their door. And they wonder why they are sick for 2 weeks. Ancient humans recovered from illness without a single modern invention. Not always. Not from everything. But often enough that the knowledge survived. Sampling years pass from person to person, fire to fire, generation to generation, without a single textbook. Here is the part that should make you stop and think. We did not discover how to heal the human body. We inherited that knowledge. And then somewhere between the hospital and the pharmacy and the wellness app on your phone, we forgot it. Your body already knows how to heal itself. It has known for some battling years. The plants still work. The community still matters. The sleep still heals. We just stopped trusting it. And we traded the oldest medicine in the world for a pill that takes the feeling away, fixing what caused it.